going on, guys? Caveman 717 here. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today I have the Army Painter wet palette. Let's dive into it and let's see what this thing is about. Now, I've already got the box out, and I already discarded the box, but it's alright. You can go and Google it, Amazon. I'm sure you're looking into it. But alright, let's see what we got here. We have the Army Painter Wet Palette Instruction Manual. This is what comes in the box that you get. You also get the painting guide that comes in every Army Painter product they give you. So let's take this thing, let's crack it open. I had already cracked it open. I put some brushes in there just to move my brushes so they weren't just sitting here on the desk, you know. But you get this nice, really nice stretch band. Looks like some leather. I do like the Army Painter tag on it. It's what, about a thumb thick? About thumb thick. Sleek, portable, easy carry. It's like a, I don't know if I'd call this metal, plastic, hard plastic. It's pretty. It feels pretty sturdy, pretty rugged. Kind of, yeah. I really can't wait to see where this goes whenever I do travel. But in the meantime, my old wet palette that I just got done using, my oldest daughter has been painting, and I was painting with. This was my wet palette that I handmade out of a little storage bin, some paper towels, and some parchment paper. But I've noticed with that I start getting, I guess would be mold, or it would just start to discolor after a while. But let's crack this thing open. Let's slide it open. Nice little rubber band, little rubber elastic. Now you have this top lid. Yeah, so I guess that would be plastic. So you got a little Army Painter imprinted top piece. Then you have this little brush holder that comes here. My brushes, they're not Army Painter. They are just some standard brushes that I did get off Amazon. I do like them. They're pretty good. This brush here actually is a Game Master. It's been used and abused for the almost week and a half that I have had the paint set that I'm going to talk about in one of my upcoming videos. But you take this lifts right off so you can store it, have a little sit right next to you. You get 50 sheets of the papers, and you get two foams, two pieces of foam. This is just one of them. It's folded in half. I have the other one actually put away in my paint rack that actually came in today. But this is actually really nice. I like it. Let's see how it looks whenever we actually get it all set up and ready to go. Before we actually jump ahead and think we can figure this thing out on our own, because we never do. We're guys, gals. Nobody ever really reads the instructions, right? So let's see what this thing says right here. It's the how to use guide. So we'll open it up. So you want to soak the hydrofoam in water. So I like to use bottled water. It's clean, purified water, so we know no impurities like from your sink is going to get in it, so it'll last longer. It's cleaner, and it doesn't give that chemical smell that some waters have, especially when you get from the sink. So we'll soak it. We'll place the hydrofoam in the tray. We'll add some more water if needed. We'll figure that out once we get there. And then we'll add a hydro sheet, wipe out the air bubbles, and then we'll start painting. To use the wet palette, we're going to add our paints, add some water as necessary. And then this says that you can close the lid and store your paint and keep fresh for 48 hours. So we'll have to test that one day. Ignore the prime paint on my thumb. Let's see, to store it, whenever we're done, we're going to empty the water from the wet palette. We're going to squeeze the excess water out of the hydrofoam and then dispose of the hydro sheet. So down here it might be a little hard to read unless you want to pause and read and look at it yourself. But basically, you just want to squeeze it out. You don't want to wring it out. Like, you don't want to wring it, twist it, or blow dry it, stick it in the dryer, anything like that. These have the built-in what do they call it? Built-in like anti, microbial thing. I read it earlier, but it's just basically just squeeze it out, give it a good squeeze, flap it maybe, I don't know, and then just put it back in here or store it somewhere so it can dry properly. Don't use a blow dryer. Don't machine wash it or laundry wash it. And then, of course, nobody between the ages of 0 and 3 to use it. So let's go and get this thing rocking and rolling, get it set up, and let's see how well this actually does compared to my homebrewed, homemade wet pallet. All right, let's watch this in real time then. We'll go here, we'll open it up. A little nib. That might help out. Now this foam is actually very, very soft. Wow, this is wow. I don't know how to explain it. It's just super soft, almost like silky. Wow. All right, we'll move the tray out of the way, and then we're going to bring in black bowl, just a black bowl, and then we're going to take this water. It's, everybody already knows, just regular clean water. Let's fill it up. Why not? Why not? Then we're going to take it, just like the instructions said, and we're going to soak this bad boy. I got my cord hauled up on me. There we go. We'll put that right there. Soak it. So let's just go ahead and soak this thing. Now, I guess, because the instructions don't say, but you just soak it and then, oh shit, I'm flinging water everywhere. There you go. I guess we just straight up place it from here into the tray. So let's do that. And we'll take it and pick it up. It's not really dripping much. I mean, not like you would think, but let's just put it off in there like that. Now, I did learn from a couple of videos, that you want to make sure you always get your air bubbles out. So it says add more water, measure from bottom of tray. So I guess we can just do this number maybe. Just a touch, just to get it in the recess and down there, so we're not. Oh yeah, it's soaking it all up. So as you can see, it's not too bad. It does have the Army Painter. I just seen that in the light, the Army Painter logo. So it's not pulled up, but it's not standing there too bad. And it's got just a little, maybe if you take my current thumbnail, that's how thick it is right there above, right there with the foam. Like, it's even that. So let's take one of the hydro sheets. This doesn't have a little nib, but it's got a little flap. Take a little butt flap. Alright, so let's say here. Ooh, Lord, don't do that again, man. Alright, so let's take this thing here and take one of these out, put that there, and we'll close that back up. Alright, so now that's still wet and everything, so we're going to add the, whoa, that thing stuck quick, son. Whoa, hang on. Yeah, man. Son. Yeah, that thing, like, cling wrap attached to that thing. There you go. Can I scoot it? Can I scoot it? Nope. Okay. Hi, that thing. Woo. Scoot the sponge back over. Sponge came over a little bit. There we go. See, can we pick this up a little bit and maybe replace it more squared in center in the tray. That'd be mighty nice. There we go. Now it says to squeegee the water out, so we'll just kind of use our fingers. I really ain't got a card or nothing to do it, but we'll get that thing out like that. All right, boom. Man, that is, yeah, compared to the parchment paper that I have been using and baking sheet, whatever you want to call it, man, that's nice. That is way smoother, and yeah. All right, well, let's get a little paint on this thing and see how it works. Mutant Purple. This is from one of the paint sets that I got that I'll be showing in my next video. Yeah, the Adventure Starter, the Wilderness Adventure, and the Wandering Monsters. So, yeah, give it a good shake. But yeah, let's see how it looks on the wet palette. Just a little dab will do us. And then we'll use our other brush. Oh, hang on, wrong brush. That still has a cap on it. Use a little brush here, get a little damp. Wring it off. And let's do what I call, this is what I call it. I call it the pull test. Let's just see how it, oh wow. Nice. Well, there you have it. Might be a little hard to see, but yeah, that pulls, that pulls and thins out real nice. It's not too thin where it's not usable, and it's not clopping and sticking together like it was before on my old wet palette. I like that. Let's just grab you know what, we're gonna grab my daughter's model, my oldest daughter. She got her first Primaris Chaplain. This is her Primaris Chaplain that she put together, and she has been painting all on her own. So we're just going to borrow that just for the sake of this little test real quick. And let's take his little arm. You know what? Why not? I mean, let's see. Oh man. Yeah, compared to the other paints I've been using, and actually that wet palette that I have been using, this is night and day difference just on coverage, how it's thinned and how it spreads. Yeah, this is actually very nice. And before anybody jumps on anything, my daughter's 9. She just got started into wanting to paint anything because Daddy does it, but she doesn't know legions and all that, so just let her little imagination work wonders, and let's let her paint however she wants. But man, that actually, yeah, just for that little bit on that arm that I did, especially right in there and getting a little crevice, it actually is holding paint a lot longer. Because normally by now, just to get this far on my wet palette, I don't know if it might have just been me or if it was just the way the other wet palette was constructed. It wasn't wanting to hold paint, you know, it wasn't wanting to thin it out to hold it for long. And see, I mean, I'm still, wow. It's not pooling. It's not bubbling. It's not doing any of that. But yeah, that's actually, yeah, not bad. I like it. And it's already dried for the most part. Yeah. Even in the little spots that normally would be pooling, there's a little dot from where I had just touched. But I mean, for the most part, for the rest of them, like the rest of the arm that I painted a minute ago, wow. Normally I'm sitting here having to wait a few minutes, not a few minutes, but you know, just a moment or two to get them to dry off and, you know, move on and, you know, blend to the next stuff. But yeah, that's actually not bad. Not bad. So we'll go ahead and start closing her back up. Let's get this here. You get the lid. And yes, that is the Army Painter wet palette. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.